we operate in love, we take action.
Because if I can do it, I promise you any of you can do it. There's no question about that.
If you want your present to be better, your future has to be bigger. What is up, rock stars? Man, what's happening?
What's up, Johnny?
Man, back home after a great weekend hanging with you in the land.
So much fun.
What a great time. What a great time, man. What a great event on Saturday with Coach Burt. Got to see a handful of honey badgers.
Yes, sir.
We even had some Canadians come down and join us.
We did indeed. They showed us their hockey skills.
And then, of course, we had Coach Burt on Saturday, and then we had the hockey on Sunday. Man, what a cool experience that you guys did for Bankers Cup, which was the second year that you guys have pulled that off.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's for a charity. And we get this kind of like is relevant to a lot of people, I think, listening in, and they're always looking for different events they can do. I don't know anybody that's ever gone wrong with doing an event for charity. And Chris Went, my good friend, came up with the idea, and this was a few years ago, of doing a golf outing. And it's realtors versus bankers, so mortgage professionals, and it's 2-on-2 foursomes that play 2-on-2 best ball, and he did it every year. It started growing more and more popular because he would give away like this WWE looking belt to whoever won Bankers Cup, and a lot of times it was the mortgage guys because those guys don't work; they just collect all the money, right? And so they're out golfing all the time, but I think we got them the last year. But, we started talking and we're like, hey, it would be so much fun to take this event and turn it into a hockey game because we both play hockey. Chris and I play an adult league together. And so we last year put it together. It was a huge hit. Everyone loved it, had a fun time. So we did it again this year, and we got even more participation, raised lots of money for charity. And more than anything, it brings everybody together. And it brings all the agents from all the different brokerages, doesn't matter what flag they're flying, brings mortgage people together, brings really anyone in the industry together. And I think me and you were talking about that big aha I had with Coach Burt the week prior, just about the fact of bringing people together, which is really, really powerful. So it was great. We had fun. Lots of honey badgers. Got to see people fly in, drive in from. We had the DJ and crew on his birthday, and Matt coming in to the land from Pittsburgh. So it was a great weekend.
It was so good, man. It was, it's always good to reconnect, get into the room, the energy, just to have those collisions. And then, obviously Coach Burt was Coach Burt. So it was good to have him come in and then, how cool of an experience there on the hockey side of things, playing the big arena, not some, smaller arena, but you guys, where the Cavs play. So it was cool being able to see that and, the support and the people coming out, and obviously all the players on the ice having a great time and really just an overall cool experience.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm going to switch over to my laptop if you can let me in.
I will let you in.
There we go.
Fantastic. So I know we've got some announcements to this crew about what's coming. The tool, I know we had kind of a slow roll of it yesterday, but kind of give everybody some feedback, what's coming, what the overall feedback has been so far, and kind of what to expect around the new tool.
Yeah, so we did our soft rollout yesterday to 100 of our top attractors. They were invited anyway. Not everybody was able to make the call, but these are the people that really, they've committed into making agent attraction a part of their business along with production. And so we got them on the call. We give them the first crack at downloading the app. We don't want a huge rush right off the bat because we want to work out some kinks with a small group versus try and work out the kinks with a huge, large group. And so far, I've been personally using it, and it's great. The content, the videos that are in there are really, really great. We have some amazing testimonials. A lot of them are chunked out and broken into smaller videos. And the cool thing is, guys, these videos can't be found on YouTube. These are only in the app. That's where they're going to stay. And it's very, very inexpensive. So just to answer some questions that we got. And so, I'm assuming that others might have the same questions. Number one is this going to take the place of CRM Grow or Expert Mentors, the other video platform that we've been using? And the answer is yes. That's what the intent of this is. Some of you guys have an Expert Mentors account. We're probably going to sunset that by the end of the month. And we may actually bump that out until we actually do the big launch. So it might be 30 days from then. That'll give you time to move any prospects you have in that software tool over to the new app. This app is 10, I would even go as far as to say 50x better when it comes to mobile, because it was literally built for the phone, whereas Expert Mentors was not. I can't speak so much on the CRM Grow because I've only used it very few times. It's a great program. It's got a lot in it. But what I can tell you is this. The price point is a fraction. We went as low as we possibly could. We made a huge investment into the development with the dev team on this. So that the monthly cost is as low as possible. It's less than $15 a month. Whereas I think the entry level CRM Grow is like $30 a month. And that's the very, very shaved down version of CRM Grow. Then the next one up is $50 a month. And I think there's one that's like $90 a month or something like that. And so this is no cut on that software. I'm sure it's great, but this does everything that we need it to do and does nothing that we don't need it to do. So simplicity, I believe, is king when it comes to any kind of software that someone's going to have. They don't want nobody wants a long learning curve and having to understand all these components. You and I have been down this path, right, John?
Yeah.
On so many different CRMs and softwares that we've used and signed up for to grow our business. Almost all of them do way more than we would ever use. We usually tend to use maybe 2 or 3 maybe core things on a daily basis. And we use those often. And all the rest of the stuff is great, bells and whistles, but they never get used, but we're paying for them monthly. We shaved off all the stuff that we just don't feel that agents are going to need. We kept doubled down on the things that they do need. And what I think is going to be a product that's so easy to use that anybody can do it. The content in there is exclusive to Honey Badger Nation. So it's brand new. EXP Explained. There's separate videos that we created for people who just want to double their production goals and they're not interested in agent attraction. We have video assets that speak to that person. We have video assets that speak to the person who is interested in revenue share. We have video assets that are for people that are looking to grow their wealth in the stock program. So that speaks directly to these things. So I'm excited to have everyone dig in. Check it out. We also have campaigns. So like when you start to work with somebody, there's a campaign you can put them on that I think it's 120 days long, maybe even a hair longer. So that you can, I hate to use the word set it and forget it, but this campaign that goes for a long time and oftentimes longer than sometimes you forget about people. I know I'm guilty of it, even best systems, you tend to sometimes forget about the person who's like, I'm not interested, but maybe I will be soon. We have campaigns built in that Kinder personally wrote And Jay's one of the best copywriters I've seen out there. He's extremely talented. So he personally wrote these campaigns. So I'm excited to get them rolled out and in the hands of everybody.
Yeah, man, me too. And so it really is. It is a tool that will replace a lot of other tools. I was kind of conversation around, this will be the tool that we go to. We use Go High Level as our CRM, but that'll be our go-to tool for agent attraction. And it's just really a no-brainer. And, Juan, right, the funnels are amazing. The content is on another level. So we really understand that. And if you guys have paid attention to Brian Carruthers, if you've gone through building an empire, gone through his stuff, it's what he talks about is right. What you do duplicatable. And so for us, it was really super important to make sure that we created funnels, systems, processes that are duplicatable that we're able to use, but also get into the hands of everybody else that they can grow just like we're growing and being able to utilize that. So that's really the keys around that for sure.
Yeah. The book that is basically like, right next to their Bible here with the development team that developed the app, and they've developed this app for other billion-dollar companies. We're not the first ones. So it's not new in a sense of where it's new. It's new to us, but they've worked out a lot of, really, they actually, their team, I've never really worked with a development team that's so on point. I mean, like every team member is just on point, every single meeting, super impressive. And that points right up to the leader, Patrick, who was on our launch call yesterday for our soft launch. And he'll be doing the next launch call for everyone else. And it'll be at the end of this month is when we're doing it. And he really has his systems to process his processes all together. So I'm excited. Someone's asking, what's the name of the app? I missed the beginning of this video. Well, the name is Rapid Funnel, but the thing is we really want to wait until we have some kinks worked out with the small group of people that we're working with, because we'll be able to get their feedback and act on it. And that way, by the time we work a couple of those, they're going to find some mistakes and things that we missed. We're going to be able to fix those in the next 2 weeks and then launch it out to everybody else. But that's what it's called, Rapid Funnel. And that's the book that they've based this on is the four disciplines of execution. And I'm sure every big leader in here has read that book. If you haven't read the book, it's definitely one you want to get. It was definitely like a top probably 5 book that I read for business. And I ended up developing some systems behind the principles of that book, which really, if you boil it right down to the common denominator, they're talking about focusing on lead measures versus lagging measures. A lagging measure would be the sale of a home and a closing, and not focus on that, focus on the lead measures that lead up to that. And that's what this app really does. It promotes lead measures. We have contests that we're going to be, we're actually doing one right now with this first test group. We have contests that are going to be ran based upon how good people are doing, not with the recruiting of agents, but on the leading measures that lead to
things that matter.
So we're excited to lay it out.
Yeah, I am too. And so what you guys have to understand. So what Al is talking about, if you guys haven't gone through the book, it's the 4 disciplines of execution. And really the four disciplines are, one is focus on the wildly important. Really the discipline of focusing on the things that matter. And so that's what Al was just talking about, which is discipline number 2, act on the lead measures. So it's really making sure you know what drives results, and that's where you spend your time and your energy. And, is it around engagement? Is it around follow-up? Is it around conversations, right? The things, lead gen, right? Those things that are the leading indicators, the KPIs, not the KRIs. And so that's where the discipline 1 and discipline 2 come in. And then discipline 3 is the compelling scorecard. And they've done a really good job with the page, with the homepage. And it really is. It's right there. It's a scorecard. And that's why we have to have compelling scorecards in our business and our life, because if you're not paying attention to what the score is, you won't pay attention. Think about that, Al, right? If you go to a sporting event and they don't keep score, you just don't pay attention. You don't get compelled. You're not watching the clock. Just even on Sunday, watching the score of the two teams and watching the clock come down, you behave a different way when you're trying to get that extra goal to either separate yourself or play a little bit closer, because then you do things differently. So we watched the professional hockey game before you guys played, and there at the end, the Monsters had scored and they went up 2 goals, right? And then all of a sudden, and have Zane sitting there. Well, the other team, because there's less than 4 minutes left, they need 2 goals to tie. They pull their goalie so they can get an extra skater on the ice down on the offensive side. And so now it's 6-on-5 with their goalie instead of 5-on-5, because when you know the score, you behave differently. You do different actions. And then discipline 4 of 4DX is accountability, a cadence of accountability. And it's hard. It's hard to have a cadence of accountability when you can't see the scoreboard, when you can't see the measurement.
Yeah.
And where most people trip up, Al, you know this, they focus on the result. They focus on the bank account. They focus on closed transactions, but those things don't matter, right? What matters is the number of conversations you need to have that's going to result in the desired outcome. So if we're talking about agent attraction, how many engagements, how many conversations, how many follow-ups, how many touches do you need to have before a team moves over, before a new recruit comes on? And people get fixated. Oh, I've got this many in my front line. Well, we acknowledge those things. We applaud those things, but nobody's paying attention to, okay, well, how many leads did I generate? How many conversations did I have? How many appointments? How many did I give my offer to? How many submitted application that actually joined? And they get focused on the wrong damn things. And that's why they never get traction. And so that's what I love about this tool. This tool is going to get the things that are the most important in front of all of us. And then, like you said, we're going to have some fun around it. We're going to have some gamification. We're going to have some fun around those lead measures, around those scorecards. And that's going to change behavior, because then that's going to give us that cadence of accountability. And so if you guys don't have or understand the 4 Ds of execution, it is a great book, but just understanding those 4 disciplines and why those 4 disciplines are critical to the success in anything you do. It is definitely a foundational book for your business.
Yep. And the cool thing too is with the app is there's going to be visibility into your peers. There, when you talk about that last piece, of the accountability piece, it is the thing that most leaders and organizations struggle with, because there's a couple different ways of holding people accountable. And the way I used to do it was more of a, I hate to even admit this, but the truth of it was more, we were spending so much money on lead generation. It was very authoritarian. It was very like, you do this or this. And we really figured out a way, and this was through John Sheplack, where we can get everyone together and your peers are holding each other accountable, which is so much more powerful. It's more sticky. And when you're able to see, if John and I are, in the app together and we're both using this app, and I'm looking at John and I see, dang, Kitchens, you got 20, you got 20 connections last week, or you had 20 engagements on things that you sent out last week. And I'm like, man, I'm slacking, and just that right there, that visibility into the, is a huge accountability lever that we were able to execute with this platform.
So powerful. So powerful. So I got a little clarity on it. It's definitely going to be rapid funnel. It's not available to the public right now. It's only available access to that small test group, but it's going to be coming out here hopefully before the end of the month as we head into the next quarter. So just be on the lookout. It is Rapid Funnel is the name of the tool. We'll probably have, our specific Honey Badger name attached to, what it is that you guys need to be on the lookout for. So just a heads up. It's coming. It's in the initial beta testing with actual people in the marketplace. So, you guys are a couple weeks away from getting your hands on it if you don't have your hands on it right now. And we just need to do that. We can't vet out to everybody. We need to vet out to a small group. So it's dialed into the best, V1, so we can get to V1.1 or V2, not even a V2, V1.2. We need to get some initial feedback, some user real world feedback, so the team can make the adjustments. We just can't get bogged down with a bunch of support side of things when we can, get some feedback real quick and make those initial adjustments.
Yep. I'm excited. And then we appreciate and apologize that this is taking longer than we thought, but I think you're going to be happy with the result. And it was the right decision to replace, the Expert Mentors platform with this, being that, the Expert Mentors platform is not great on the mobile app. In fact, they don't even have a mobile app. It was just it was a mobile, it was the same site on your mobile, and it wasn't a great user experience. So we're excited to lay it out, man.
Love it, man. So good. All the sports analogies. Well, if we don't have something to talk about or questions coming in from you guys, we'll definitely go down the sports rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
That's a given. So I know you've got a big event coming up this weekend. Gonna get and push yourself to the limits, physically and mentally.
Yes.
Puerto Rico.
Yes, I do. So thanks to you and all of our brothers and sisters here that are in our group. Talk about accountability. We have a group for this Ironman that we're going to be tackling this coming Sunday. So I'm nervous and excited all at the same time, but I'm ready. And I'm just, I was literally at the beginning of this on the bike. So getting my last few trainings in here before it's showtime. So super excited.
Oh man. Yeah. Super, super excited. KV Core for recruiting. So I know that that has been a tool that's been used. There's a lot of customization, a lot of things that you need to do. And, what we've been able to do with based upon, probably a client segmentation. Al is probably the best way to put it. Just segment, a segment around kind of maybe the agent and what stage they're in. So think about that for a second. The problem that a solo agent has is not the same problem that an agent that has a team of 5. They have different problems. And your message has to help solve the problem that's keeping that agent up at night. So what's keeping an agent up at night that has a team of 5 versus a solo agent isn't the same thing. And so your message, your content has to speak to that person or it will not resonate. It will not land. So if you're trying to solve single agent problems and you're trying to talk to somebody like Al, he's not going to listen. His message will just deflect. You're wasting your time. But if you know Al's stage of where he's at with his business, then you can start to say, okay, well, Al has different problems. Now, which part of my message can I get in front of Al that's going to help Al solve his problems or join the conversation that's going on in Al's head? That's all we're trying to do with content. That's all we're trying to do with our marketing, is that we're just trying to join the conversation of our ideal client. We're just trying to join the conversation in their head. And if you can just interject and get into that conversation that they're having with themselves, that's keeping them up at night. Now their wall is down. Now they're more receptive. But if I throw to somebody like Al, hey Al, let me help you, get your multiple offer, buyer presentations, your offers submitted. Al's gonna be like, that ain't my problem. He's going to keep looking for another solution. So that's why it's super, super important, guys, in your marketing efforts that, one, you know who your ideal client is, and two, you know what their problem is. Because now the content you create, the stories you tell, the things that you're talking about better be joining that conversation and helping them solve their problems. So that's why we always start with, well, who's our ideal client? What's their problem? What stage are they at? What's going on in their life? What's going on with their health? What's going on with their business? What's going on with their relationships? What do they value? What do they not value? You have to do that work to understand. And then from there, then it's all about just creating content that answers their questions that they're wrestling with.
Yeah, it's really it's nailing the story. You're going to connect with these different people through the different stories. And so, I don't know who's typing that because it just says Facebook user on my thing, but whoever the person is that's asking about KV Core, they said they used it with their previous company. I think is what that said, is that if it's working, then keep working it. That's what I would say. Don't stop, 100%. Using it. If anything, that the app that is going to be available in 2 weeks, it could complement that. I would say that this app is not, although it does have campaigns built into it, that's really not the big. I mean, that's just one huge component, and it's great. The bigger component with this is the way that you're able to deliver these things in a way. You're able to not just, the one thing that we tried doing is keeping in mind when people get on these calls, what's their biggest rock in their shoe with agent attraction. And it always is, what do I send? I don't know what to send first. I don't know what to send second. Where do I start? And so we've solved those problems within the app, just based upon in order of, where people are at. Are they in a mode where you're trying to warm that relationship up? You're at the very, very, very beginning. Well, then in that case, you're not going to be sending them EXP things. There's a survey in there that has nothing to do with EXP. It's just really getting their opinion on certain things. So there's a survey funnel that's in there. There's a there's some sizzle videos. There's testimonial videos that are built into there that are excellent. And we're going to have a lot of let's call them just NAEA assets and deposits that people can send out to start warming their audience up. And this is probably my favorite one, is there's a calendar built in of events. And we're going to continuously add all of the events that we possibly know about or anyway into the calendar of this app so that you can invite people directly to events. And again, we know that why that's powerful. It's all about inviting. And so I'll give everybody an example. We had Coach Bird up. I had that event entered into the app. I invited everyone that's on my hit list over here that I've put into the app. Now, it makes it extremely easy after I invited them to this event. And whether they came or not, hopefully if they came, it's even better because they got tons of value. But even the fact that I invited them, and even if they didn't make it, I still have a reason now to follow up with them and have a meaningful conversation about the event. If they came to the event, we can talk about what was your biggest takeaway of the event, and then start digging into their biggest rock in their shoe and their problem. That's what it all leads to.
Yep.
Are you earning the income that you expected to be earning this last year in real estate, or do you have another level? And if their response is, well, I had another level, that was the whole point of bringing Coach Bird in, because it was called Flip the Switch. Flip the switch in our own minds to where that next level is. And so we can have a meaningful conversation about them, based upon the fact that I invited them to that event. So it's all built into the app. It just makes it much, much easier, streamlined, and duplicatable. So
100%. So, man, that's what it's about, right? It's duplication. So we're trying to help you guys overcome some of the basic fundamentals that we've seen over the last 4+ years being at EXP, that we've seen where agents, get in their own way when it comes to the agent attraction efforts. And guys, here's the thing, man, this is stuff that we've had to learn. I always say, we did a lot of things right in the Lawton brokerage and did a lot of things really well in the Dallas brokerage. But one of the weakest systems that we had in our business was our recruiting system. It was non-existent. So we fell into the little bit of talking ourselves into that. Hey, we're going to be lean and mean, and we're going to focus on agent productivity, and we're going to build a team of ninjas, a team of assassins, a team of Navy SEALs. But what you have to remember is that over 200 people go into the Buds program, and how many actually come out on the other end? It's just Coach Burt 101, right? We don't need more money. We need more people. And that's where we really failed. It was one of we did, like I said, we did a lot of things right. The thing that we did not do well at all was our recruiting, agent attraction, focus, and funnel, because it's not easy. And so we would let ourselves off the hook by saying, oh, well, we just have a higher standard. Our agents are doing 20 deals per agent, per year. That's bullshit. And it's just not true. You've got to improve on that process. Period. Yeah. And I think that's what we're really getting down to. Leveraging technology, leveraging human behavior, leveraging how to segment, leveraging to join the conversation through technology and what we know that works, that's duplicatable. You guys, that you have to understand. And it also aligns why we align with EXP, because it has to be sustainable. And it's one of EXP's core values. And it's one of the things that we look at is, hey, is this duplicatable? Is it sustainable? Not only for ourselves, but for everybody in our organization. Is this going to help them win? Is this going to help them win bigger? And you got to understand, the price of this tool, we ain't going to get rich off this tool. That's not the intent of this tool. The intent of this tool is to help all of us be better at something that we were not good at. And we're just trying to improve. We're just trying to get better because we understand the power of increasing headcount in your organization. It solves all of our problems. And so just understand the intent behind this. And like I said, there's a small fee to this tool. Ain't nobody getting rich off of this tool for the cost of the tool. It's what the tool is able to do for all of us.
I mean, we might break even. If that would be a win for us, but that's kind of why we priced it where we did. First, I wanted to congratulate and welcome Anne Marie. That's who was making those comments. Anne Marie Clements, welcome to Honey Badger Nation and EXP. She's going to be
welcome.
EXP, so
kudos.
Another great Honey Badger joining us.
That's it.
Yeah, John, it's funny. You brought back some memories of our masterminds, which were great and just amazing masterminds. But being able for us to look back and admit that we were trying to solve the wrong problem. We can laugh about it now, but back then, when we look back and how we were all so we were so passionate about how many houses, it was like a badge of honor. How many houses could we sell with the fewest amount of agents? And that's just not the game we're playing right now.
No.
There is no limit to the number of agents that we can help. We can help countless. This is proof of it with Honey Badger Nation, literally thousands of agents, as long as we have a platform to scale it on, and we do. And so, we were really trying to solve the wrong problem, but luckily, we with the right coaching and Glenn Sanford come up with this amazing business model. We were able to merge our businesses into just this platform that's rocket ship us to the next level. So we're super excited about that.
I love it, man. It's shit, we're going 5 years in, and we're still trying to get better. We're still trying to improve. We're still trying to help. We're still trying to create things that are duplicatable. And so we're not slowing down. I know, you and Jay and Michael are top 10 for EXP on that side. And, I saw there's a little quote on your board, and it's essentially keep doing or or just sit back and collect the return on?
It's something Reese said when we were on the call. We were on a call like last week, and he says, "Is it better?" Question to ask is it better to help our leaderships expand our leadership, or lay back and watch our investments grow? Because we really have the option of doing either, but we're just not. We're having too much fun working with everybody, and which kind of leads to our new BHAG, and you challenged us on this one, and it was really Jay that. I don't know if he came up with it, whatever, but our goal is to make 100 millionaires. We want to create 100 new millionaires. And we believe that's legacy stuff, because the way we create millionaires different than others. It's not just $1 million one time. It's having the ability to grow someone's passive income to $1 million or more a year. And really that's going to affect generations upon generations. And I don't know too many real estate companies that could say, yeah, our platform helped to create the most amount of millionaires. In fact, it was brought up, was it yesterday? I think, I think you and Holly were on the plane back from Cleveland, but when we did our soft launch, I think it was Jay that mentioned it. He remembers when Glenn said, I want to create the company that's going to create the most amount of millionaires. And I believe that eXp Realty is going to be the company. There's not going to be another real estate company on the planet that creates more millionaires than we do.
That's right.
What a vision to get behind. I can get behind that all day long. So we kind of borrowed that, so to speak, from Glenn's words. But we have the opportunity to do it, and we're honored to do it with this group. So we're excited.
It is. It's awesome. Yeah, brother, I appreciate you. I'm going to get ready, flying back out to see our fellow honey badger in crime, Mr. Andrew Gaydosh. Going to go back into Ohio to spend a couple of days with the Gaydosh crew. And so, appreciate you guys. Let's keep rocking. And for those of you that are on the Rapid Funnel app with us right now, get in there, give us some feedback. And then the rest of us, stay tuned, as that's going to be rolling out before we head into the next quarter. And you were saying something, right, man? Sorry, but it's Hofstadter's law, right? Everything takes twice as long. Even when you factor, it's going to take twice as long. So we'd rather get it to a good point instead of throwing something out there that we know is going to need tremendous amount of servicing. So I think we're real close.
Yeah, I'm excited. Cool. And all you honey badgers in Puerto Rico, I'll see you soon. And then the next time we're going to see you down in Florida. So we got a great group, 2 events back to back in Seaside, Florida, with Coach Burt. And FYI, I believe there might have been a couples for the couples retreat. We had an open up. So if anybody, I know it's last minute, but sometimes stuff happens. And I think, if you're interested in that, it's called Living with a Honey Badger. So we got a lot of honey badgers out who are driven to perform at a high level. And sometimes them honey badgers are hard to live with. We know that. So this is a great couples event, so much fun. So I'm excited to see our friends in Florida after the race. And so it'll be a couple weeks before I see the group again here.
Cool. All right. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Let's keep rocking. We'll see you. Yep.